Another word that comes up a lot is anything to do with size, so SEIS, size. Mostly the word seismology, which is actually the word given to the study of earthquakes. Um, this comes from the old word for earthquake, or a slightly um, original name for the earthquake, which is known as seismic activity. So seismic activity and earthquakes are the same thing. Now, the people who do seismology, the people who study them, or who study seismology, are known as seismologists. And the thing used to measure or detect possible earthquakes is known as a seismograph. Zoology, branch of study, ologist is person who does that study, and graph just means measure. So seismograph measure of earthquakes. Now, the way we can measure earthquakes, and I'll just introduce this really quickly before I do a fully separate video on it, is the two scales that are mentioned on the course um, are actually not used anymore. And there's a typo here actually. Oops. That there should be a T in there for Richter. So I'll just really quickly fix this, and you can see my you know, bad handwriting actions. Yeah, Richter with the T in the middle, and the modified Mercalli. So Richter and modified Mercalli were the old scales, most of the old scales. Richter is still used, and so is modified Mercalli. But the actual scale that we use is called moment magnitude. Now, if you do physics, you don't have to worry about too much about this definition. But those who don't do physics, oops. Essentially, a moment is how much force is being exerted on the plates and how much it moved perpendicularly from its start point to the end point. Obviously, the higher the moment magnitude, the higher the force or distance, which could affect the strength of an earthquake.